Really good team win. Really pleased with the way our guys responded. We've been struggling off and on a little bit, but I think that really correlates with having guys out of practice, not having the practice time that we needed. The last 2 days have been really good in practice. Guys have been locked in, focused, and this is the time of the year where you have to keep getting better in practice, otherwise you're not going to be able to handle it. This is a really good road win after losing a home game. Tons of good contributions from a lot of guys across the board. We couldn't keep Peterson in front of us. I thought he was terrific tonight. We understand. I mean, Porter's Thomas came back today, but they're without one of the premier players in the league, and we understand that. You know, we were fortunate that they were without him, but our guys responded, and it was just a good team win.
Greg, maybe the biggest thing is that you came out with energy on both ends of the floor to start the game, and that really you kind of flowed off of that for the rest of the game. You know, that hasn't been there the last couple games, but today it was.
You're right, it hasn't. You know, and again, you and I will make everybody look ugly, but we wanted to improve our pace at both ends of the floor, be harder to play against on the defensive end, and that's us. When we're good, that's us. They came back and punched us right in the face. They had a heck of a spurt there towards the end of the first half, really pressuring us and caused us to get on our heels a little bit. But I thought the second half our guys were pretty good. We responded to them making that big run.
What your offense today operated in the way you like it to. You got a lot of early post touches, and it kind of created some space for penetration, and then you could kick it out for threes. You know, just talk about how important that was in building that big lead and kind of set up those threes later.
Our bigs are good passers, you know, and if teams want to double, which they have, and we knew they were probably going to because you and I did, and they did it to us the first time, want to play off those guys and get it in and out. You have to get paint touches, whether it's drives or post feeds or even cuts when you don't have the ball. So the guys did a good job of that. We got to the basket, got some easy ones early, and that always opens up your perimeter. We're pretty hard, as you can see Devontae, the way he can get by people. If you attack the paint first and then kick it out and get the guys closing out to you, that really opens up your drive game.
What did you end up? You have a box score. I don't. What did you end up shooting in the second half? You know, you were in the
68.4.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that. You know,
pretty efficient offense.
And Devontae had a lot to do with it, you know, penetrating the lane and kind of, you know, after taking a little bit of a punch at the end of the first half, he really kind of asserted himself.
He did, and you know, they jumped in us and pressured us, and as a guard, as a former player, if teams get in you and jump, you want to space the floor and just beat your man. It requires some toughness and some strength, and Devontae, he's really good at that. So we want to give him room to operate. We quit ball screening, so we could just leave the post around the basket and give our guys more room, because I thought we were clogging it up a little bit with our ball screen. And Devontae was in attack mode. He took a game that was tight and stretched it out there and gave us a little bit of a cushion.
Trey Bennett in that period in the first half when you went on your run, is that the best he's played in an ISU uniform? And he was doing it on the defensive end too.
He really was. He didn't get a field goal, but I thought that was probably his best all-around game. He had a spurt in there, and I told him on the bench, I said, if you play like that, we can be really good. Because he was tuned in defensively to the scout report, competing and playing, following the game plan, and 6 assists to 1 turnover and a steal. He was finding guys. He was really looking for Brent, and that's what he is. He's a true point guard, and he's more of a pass-first guy, and he was terrific.
You did change up the starting lineup today. What was the rationale, and what was the reason for doing that?
Just a little slip up by a couple veterans, but it's nothing. It's a minor little deal. Just coach's decision. There's nothing wrong with either of those two guys. They'll be fine, and they'll be back in the starting lineup.
Obviously, this is the kind of energy and effort you want to see in your next game, which is at Wichita State, which is obviously a very difficult place to play. You know, just talk about the effect a win and the way you won can have on a team moving forward.
Well, Wednesday makes this one so big. You know, it really does. You know what you got coming ahead of you. You just gave one away at home. You don't want to go into Wichita losing a couple in a row. But the biggest thing is us getting better. The last 2 days of practice, we got better. We got better today. We had some really good spurts of play. Obviously, we'll have to play possibly our best game of the year on Wednesday to have a chance. But we'll get some rest tomorrow. We'll have a couple good days of practice and head to Wichita.
Thanks.